It's my pleasure now to share with you some images of what you can expect. If you look at the first slide, this is 2014. We've got about 76,000 seats, 8 different unique seating experiences. About 17% on a September 1st, 1 p.m. kickoff, about 17% of the stadium is in the shade. As we know that there can be some pretty hard sunlight and heat going on during those games, right, Joe? and you see how wide the sidelines are as built as a multi-use stadium. As we move to 2016, you're going to see the sidelines moved in about 25 feet closer to the field on both sidelines. You're going to see new seats in every location. We've reduced capacity a bit. Down to about 65,000. It'll be expandable somewhat, up to about 67,000, 68,000 with standing room only and some other expandable seating, but generally about 65,000. And there wasn't specifically a target to hit in terms of the number of seats. It was more about making sure that all of the seats were good seats. We've actually reduced the number of seats in the upper deck. You'll see in the corners that there's the removal of a number of seats in the upper deck, and we've actually increased the number of seats in the lower deck. And now with the roof canopy, that was Steve's vision, really, we're going to have on a September 1st, 1 p.m. kickoff, approximately 92% of the seats shaded, which is going to provide a significantly different experience. In addition to that, not just from the sun, but also for the rain. University of Miami football games, I think you saw something out there that Athletic Director Blake James had said that they do about 55,000. This is how that will be accomplished. Instead of covering seats, there'll be a vertical banner in the end zones that takes the capacity down to about 55,000 for those games when the University of Miami chooses to do so. And I see Joe Natoli here. Thank you for being here with us today, Joe. And it's going to be really game-changing. This is what you can expect to see in 2015. The first phase of the construction taking place now that you'll get a chance to see. All of the seats will be replaced. The corners will be blown out. The entire 100-level concourses and club spaces will all be redone. The upper deck concourses will all be redone. But we won't have the roof on yet. And we won't have the scoreboards in. All of the seats will be replaced. This is a graphic that shows you how the angle and the rake changes to bring the seats closer to the field. And the new angle is actually consistent with what most new stadiums have today. So the sight lines are still fantastic. The front row is still the same height above the field as it currently is, but we're able to add some rows and move the seats in closer to the field to create a more intimate environment. In 2016, the scoreboards will go in, all of the suites and club level will be remodeled and done, and the roof will be completed, the roof canopy with the opening, because as Steve says often, we're in South Florida, we want to see the sky, we want to be in an open air environment, but at the same time accomplish keeping people out from the elements. This is potential imagery of the 200 club level, what it could look like, some of the changes to it. It's going to look and feel like a brand new stadium. Next slide. We did extensive sun studies to try to determine how we could keep the sun on the field. We wanted to remain a grass field. We felt that was important. It will be a grass field, and we will continue to have a grass field. But we also wanted to try to keep as many of the fans out of the sun as we could. Obviously, you can't do 100% of the fans out of the sun unless you put a full roof on, and we didn't think that made sense in South Florida. But this gives you a sense of where the sun will be at different times of the day. All new video boards, 4 new video boards, in each corner. This gives you a sense of the square footage of those boards relative to our division competitors and what they have in their stadiums, and the size that those boards will actually be in a relative scale. New seating products. We're adding a number of new seating products. There's a couple I'll share with you here now. Certainly some new tables in the corners of the 100 level, new experiences for people to enjoy. Next slide, please. Again, the 200 level club space will feel and look like an elegant club space. The upper deck will be, concourses will be remodeled. We'll focus on improving concessions and having a wider variety, local favorites of food, improve the quality and the service of our concessions offerings. And then, we really wanted to have a unique environment. So one of the new things is we've created some luxury seating that we're going to do, where we have some new club spaces designed by the Rockwell Group, David Rockwell. This gives you a sense of what it could feel like. It's Miami, but it's elegant, and you won't feel like you're at a stadium when you're in this club. And that gives you a real sense of what it can feel like at night when we're here competing.